Ciao ragazzi, for those of you who don't know us, my name is Richard Carmen. I'm one half of Serie Sit Down. Weekly on our podcast we run this fun segment called Who Won Calcio Twitter, where we show some of the best Calcio takes from the week. Some of the past winners of the last couple weeks here first. Good friend of the show, Uncle Sharma. He won 2 weeks ago with his tweet with Vidal going up to Andrea Pirlo and saying, "Hey, we haven't even paid our wages since September, bro. You got beat by a team of volunteers." That was a winner 2 weeks ago. And then last week, the winner was at Buffonissimo 2001. It's a Sandro Tonali highlights, and it's basically of a person dressed as a witch chasing little kids around because Tonali did nothing really in that matchup against Atalanta. So those are the last 2 weeks of winners on Serie Sit Down. So, we thought, hey, let's expound upon that. Who Won Calcio Twitter? Let's bring it to the masses here. And so let's do a weekly show of Who Won Calcio Twitter. We'll call it Calcio Twitter Reacts. Okay? And basically we'll take the game of the week and then see how the internet reacts to that game in particular. And in this game, we're going to focus on the Coppa Italia. We don't normally focus on the Coppa Italia, but it was a derby. It was a derby della Madonnina, derby Milano, whatever you want to call it. Number 1 versus number 2 in the table in a Coppa Italia matchup. So it was going to be obviously more ramped up than a normal Coppa Italia matchup. So the game was very interesting. Inter won 2-1. A lot of fireworks in the game. Despite what people are saying about the game on either side, the consensus is it was a pretty good game overall. Was it with the best derbies ever? No. Was it the worst? Absolutely not. But it was a certainly entertaining game. Certainly lived up to the derby hype. So we're gonna look at some of the tweets, some of the comments from that game, and let's get into it. So heading to the big game, a leak of the lineup for Inter came out, and what Inter fans didn't want to see is Kolarov inserted into the lineup because he's been poor, especially against Milan in the last derby. Zlatan ate him up. The team, pretty much anyone in Milan ate him up. And so the last thing they wanted to see is Kolarov inserted into the lineup. But he was in the lineup nonetheless. And this tweet came out from at AJ121_football, which read, it's a picture of Zlatan and Benacer and says, "Look, Zlatan, they're using Kolarov as center back again." Zlatan laughing. And it's for good reason, right? Kolarov is not that good. He's not as good as he once was. He's still pretty deadly on the set pieces, but he's quite slow. Not very good defensively either. Not good offensively. He's not good any all around, just the set pieces, right? So certainly Zlatan was going to be trying to feast off of Kolarov in that one. But yeah, that's a funny tweet there. And it's funny we talk about Kolarov there because actually the first goal of the game did come from Zlatan feasting on Kolarov again. Kolarov really did no defending whatsoever against Zlatan. Zlatan had some room, fired past Handanovic, 1-0. They take the lead. And before they got to halftime, though, things got ramped up. You could tell the intensity was building in this derby, right? But finally, in the just before halftime, fireworks did go off. Kessie and Romagnoli took out Lukaku very hard. Lukaku gets in the face of Romagnoli, and Big Zlatan, Big Z, comes in to defend his teammate. He and Lukaku go head-to-head, former teammates at United. And when this happened, the internet blew up. First a tweet from at Sadio SADIOOO10, must be a Liverpool fan. Ibrahimovic versus Lukaku is better than Poirier versus McGregor. That's referring to the UFC fight that McGregor got knocked the hell out. But at that point was standing, this is a pretty good intense matchup between those two big heavyweights, and the internet took notice, and I'm gonna have to agree with Mr. Firmino here that that was a better matchup than that UFC fight. So naturally, with those two titans going after each other, obviously a lot of fireworks from those two from that encounter that led into halftime, even after halftime. But more memes started coming out. Serie memes showed us a tweet of a picture from Shrek where it's Shrek and Donkey going head to head. I guess Zlatan is Shrek and Lukaku is Donkey. I guess there's reference there to Zlatan calling him a donkey. I don't know. Whatever. It's a funny picture. Another funny take there from Serie memes. Some more funny takes. This time they talked about how big the main thing was these two big giants going head to head against each other. People were loving it, right? And so another tweet came out from Antonio Mango 4 and says, "It's official. WWE have spoken. Lukaku versus Ibrahimovic, WrestleMania 2021. It's going to be in Hollywood, and it's Zlatan versus Lukaku. Yeah, it very well could be the matchup there. They don't like each other much, and it would be much must-see TV, no doubt about that. Obviously, a lot of memes were coming out of this one. A lot of funny videos were coming out of this one. And this one comes in from @Dino_Vucic. And it's Ibra and Lukaku going at each other. Let's go! Funny tweet of a guy eating popcorn and getting all excited for this big one right here. And another thing, I kept saying when this is going off that Zlatan was just egging on Lukaku, right? Because he knew it was triggering him on purpose. And so Desi Hendricks tweeted out, Zlatan figuring out how to trigger Lukaku using the Drake meme. Very funny, I would have to agree with that meme 100% on that one. Alright, the next gift that came from us, this one comes from A.B. Dalika. Hunter says a gif of Godzilla versus King Kong, and it says the dressing room right now, and these two guys, two giants, is tearing each other up. It very well could have happened in that hallway there, who knows. It's a very tight hallway there at the San Siro, so it very well could have been like that. I'm sure it was very chaotic there at halftime between Milan's camp and Inter's camp. So the fireworks, like I said, would continue after halftime. Shortly thereafter, Zlatan would pick up his second yellow. The first yellow, Ibra and Lukaku got a yellow for their little altercation. Ibra, for whatever reason, decided to foul Kolarov, even though Kolarov's the least dangerous person on the pitch. He fouls him, gets a second yellow, gets a red card, and then that red card leads to this tweet from Fabio Gennaro. The ref really just wanted to give Ibra a red card and a penalty to Lukaku, and then has enough and goes home. Calcio drama at its best. What he's referring to is not only did Ibra get a red card, a few minutes later after that, a penalty would be given to Inter in the box. Lukaku would take the penalty and score a goal, and then after that, the referee would get injured or so, and then leaves the game early and gets substituted on. We've never seen that in a derby before, so that was, I mean, there was so much drama in this derby. It was ridiculous. It's too bad it's a Coppa Italia match. Only way it could have been better is it was a league game or in the Champions League. So, as I mentioned, the referee gets injured, so Max G decides to tweet out, referee, he can't handle the derby. First time referee substitution I've ever seen. I'm going to agree with that. I've never seen it as well. One referee coming out of the game, hamstring injury, I guess. And the fourth official having to come in. That's a first for me as well. But yeah, people were going crazy when the referee had to get substituted off for an injury, I guess. I don't know. And as the game was going on, another tweet came out from Wired Football. And the tweet was, red card, check. The biggest guys almost got into a fight, check. Referee got injured, check. One of the best Milan derbies in recent times. And yeah, that's not hard to say because probably the last several years it has not been that great, but the last couple years it has gotten better. But this has certainly had all the makings, had all the drama in this one, and so I think Wired Football is dead on in their comment there. So the game, as crazy it was, kept going on, and finally in stoppage time, a foul would begin at the top of the box. Perfect place for Eriksson, and the best way to end this game would have been if Eriksson had scored, and of course he steps up. And he scores for the first time in like 100 years. Interisti all over were excited by it. It was a great goal by Christian Eriksen. He really should have gone over to Conte and told him to suck it. But anyway, @MoManali7 says, the happiness of Christian Eriksen's face after scoring gives me chills, man. I haven't been happy for a player like this before. So yeah, a lot of people were excited for Eriksen. Not even just Interisti. Neutrals all around are excited for Eriksen because he's gone through some hard times under Conte. Mostly at the hands of Conte, so yeah, for him to get a goal is good for him. But the tweets and the comments would not stop there. The next tweet proceeded to be to put a spin on Leva's polka, and it was one guy who's known for doing the bongos. And this comes from Jacopo. He says it's just a video of the bongo player with Eriksen's head on it, the referees as the bongos, and the cat dancing along to the music to Leva's polka. It was a funny little video. Definitely give it a watch. You can watch it here, obviously, but watch a full video on your own time. Certainly a funny video. And to wrap it all up, a tweet from Alexander Gundalak pretty much sums it all up for Interisti, at least I should say. And it's basically a picture of Christian Eriksen, and the comment just says, "The king is back." Maybe, yeah. It's a good goal. Good goal nonetheless. Good derby. A lot of reactions, a lot of other reactions that we want to keep PG here, not necessarily do the vulgar ones, but you can go check it out. Just use hashtag Inter Milan. You can see all the great comments from that, the good, bad, and ugly comments from that derby. But Yeah, hopefully we can do this every week. This is CALCIO Twitter reacts to whatever the game of the week is. This week obviously was the Coppa Italia derby, so we'll see what the next week is. And then, as always, check out our podcast every Tuesday nights, mostly Tuesday nights, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, where we talk about everything CALCIO related, talk about every game, and also talk about who won CALCIO Twitter. So that's what we talk about, all the best CALCIO takes of the week. So until then, ragazzi, make sure you tell your paisans about us. Ciao.